Shane, would somebody else please agree? Number one, please. You talk to your brother? Talk to your brother? Remember we were supposed to Number one. Number one should be Christopher.
12, then where?
Believe it or not, I have 24. I'm on the right one, am I not? Yes, please understand, ladies and gentlemen, it's only triangles I get cut in half, not parallel. Number two should be Emily.
$2.72.
$2.72. Number three, Liam.
7.
Is that a less than sign, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
2, 3 should be less. Three should be greater than. I'm sorry, it's not less than. It's greater than. 4, Lucy.
E.
I have point D. Point D. Number 5, David.
+3, -2.
3, -2. That's the point. 3, -2. 6M.
B.
6, I have B. It's a pentagon. 7, Avery. Do you have that done?
Yeah. 5, 6.
5, 6. 5, 6. Number 8, Reagan. 0.25. 0.25. Number 9, Carter Reichert.
0.12.
Which equals 3/25, right? 0.12 equals 3/25. I don't even know what the problem is, but that's what I have for the answer. 24, Jack Homerding.
24.
Number 10 is 24. I'm sorry. 24 is not 24. 10 is 24. 11, Hayden.
1.82.
1.82. 1.82. 12, Riv for Rye.
0.36.
0.36. 13, Kels.
0.08.
Oh, 13 should be 12.5. 12.5. Number 14, Carter Bochek. What's that? 14.
I don't know what she has.
Should be 0.145. 0.145.
Yeah.
15, Christian.
1 7/12.
Should be 1 and 11/12. 1 and 11/12. 16, Ike.
16 is 1
I have 10 and 1/10. 10 and 1/10. 17, LMA. 17 should be 2 3/8. 18, Noah.
2 1/3.
18 is 4. 19 is 3. And 20 is 4.3. 4.3. Do this without getting too loud.
What did I get?
Sam.
How did I get this wrong? Oh, you like that?
Sit down, please. This would be the part of the show where you ask the same questions as they did beforehand, though. Raise your hand, put your hands down. I'll get your questions in a minute. Raise your hand if you did not get any incorrect. Raise your hand if you only missed 1. Raise your hand if you only missed 2. 3, 4, more than 4, Got it. Now you can ask your questions. So the rest of you, please focus while other people are asking us questions because they don't need distractions. I don't need distractions. We're all in this together. I want everybody to get 0 wrong tomorrow. So, Kelsey Stone,
No.
how to do it or what the answer is?
How did it?
Question number 2, ladies and gentlemen. And again, as I stated before, feel free. You can have a quote-unquote cheat sheet, which gives you helpful little hints on what to do. My strong recommendation is that you just use a piece of homework paper for that because it's cut off into whatever blocks. And like if we're doing number 2, in problem box number 2, you could write the hint for number 2. So when you take the test in number 2 box, you'll say, oh, that's right. That's what I remember to do. Juan ordered a $6.80 meal. The rate was 7%. He paid with a $10 bill. How much money he should get back? This is a pretty extensive problem, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a 3-stepper. You have to figure out how much he paid in tax. Then you have to add that to $6.80 to get your total bill. Then you have to subtract that from $10. So here is how that would look. $6.80. You want $6.80 times that because it's of, and tax and tip is always a multiplication. Kelsey, 7% is what as a decimal? That is 70%. You don't want to pay 70% of your meal. You want to pay 7%. 7%, ladies and gentlemen, there would be the first thing to think to myself. 7% is 0.07. It's 7 hundredths. If you put 7.7, that's 70 hundredths. So it's, and then you take 7 times that, 0, 56, 5, 42, 47. 4 decimal places. Here's the second place where you're going to go wrong on that. Okay, in money, we don't go past the hundredths place. So your choice is either he's going to pay 47 cents in tax or 48 cents in tax. And what tells you whether it stays the same or it goes up is the number after the cents. If this number is more than a 5, that means this is more than greater than half of a cent more. So you have to add 1 to this. So in tax, he's going to pay 48 cents. So you got your $6.80, your original meal, plus 48 cents in tax. Your total bill would be $7.28. You paid with a $10 bill, so you have to subtract $7.28, to which you're going to get $2.72 back in change. Thank you. There's a lot of wheels going on there, but again, if you write it down for yourself, and by the way, that's what does happen when you go to the store or whatever, that's what happens. Fortunately for you, the little cash register does it all for you, you don't have to, but you also have to be smart in the sense that how do you know the cash register's not going to do it wrong? I mean, would you know if they charge you $10 or $9.50? Would you know that doesn't seem right on a $6.80 bill?
No.
See, you wouldn't unless you know how to do the mathematics. Christopher Anderson.
Could you do number 7?
Oh yeah, number 7. Write the prime factorization of those. Well, Christopher, what did you get when you prime factorized 45?
3 times 3 times 5.
Okay, I'll go for that. 45 over 54. 45 is 3 times 3 times 5, and that works because 9 times 5 is 45. And 54 is
2 times 3 times 3 times 3.
2 times 3 times 3 times 3, and that works because this is 27 times 2, which is 54. So then you cross off 1 for 1, top of top, bottom to bottom. A 3, a second 3, a second 3. Nothing else crosses off. What are you left with? A 5 on top. If you have more than one number on the bottom, you have to remultiply them, so it would be 5 over 6.
I wrote the bottom fraction on top instead of the other one.
So, do I need to give directions that you shouldn't just randomly switch off these numbers, that the top number needs to stay on top and the bottom needs to stay? So you won't do that tomorrow, is what you're saying?
No.
Loose!
I don't understand why I got number 1 wrong.
Number one. Well, Luce, what formula did you use for the area of a parallelogram? Another thing I'd write down my notes, area of a parallelogram is base times height. And what do I know about the base and the height? They have to do what? Why don't I use length times width? There's a good reason for that, people. By the way, I had the same discussion with the 7th graders today. So don't think it goes away. It's not like your teeth. Ignore them and they'll go away. This, ignore them, won't go away. Anybody? Base times height. My kingdom for a horse. Liam. What tells you what two lines are the base and the height? Emily. The little square corner. Because that's base and height have to make a right corner or a right angle. So you find those two lines that make that nice little square corner, those are your base and your height. So it is 4 times 6 for your area, which is 24 centimeters squared. You only need to know this 5 if they're going to ask you a perimeter. So it'll be 5, 5, 6, and 6. Heron!
You confused my dot number wrong.
Maybe you did it wrong. Oh, yeah, see, and again, another reason to have your little sheet out there, Avery. People get confused which one goes on the outside. Which one goes in the box, which one goes on the outside the box.
Where goes outside?
Up, absolutely. It's 5 divided by 0.4. I'm guessing you did that right since you answered correctly, or did you do it right? Did you do that right?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Secondly, when you have decimals in your divisor, this is no good. You can have a decimal here and not a decimal there and you're fine. But if you have a decimal here, what has to happen? This little guy, you need to move all the way to the right. If you look at your little thing, it's called over, over, up when this happens, which means the decimal starts here, you've got to go over that same amount of places here. So this problem now changes to be not 4.4 into 5, it changes to be 4 into 50. Bring your decimal straight up. 4 goes into 50 once. 4 goes into 10 twice. And 4 goes into 25 times. 12.5. Where'd you go wrong?
I think I did the decimal point one. Because I did 1.2.
Yep, and that's what you gotta be careful with. Christian.
What was the answer for 14?
The 14 answer is 0.145. David.
Can you do 14?
I would love to be 14. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is my notes for 14. Wait, no, are you answering? Are you just patiently holding your hand up, or do you have a suggestion on 14? What's your suggestion?
How many zeros there is, you move it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, this is mental math. You don't need to show any work. This is the easiest math there could ever be. If it's a decimal and you're multiplying, you're dividing by 100, like Noah said, however many zeros there are, that's how many places you move the decimal. And since it's division, I think Sam asked me this question. People get confused whether I move the decimal to the right or back. If you're dividing, it becomes a smaller number, so you're going to move the decimal to the left 2 places. So your answer is simply 0.145. Please don't write this out as a division problem, because it just is way too confusing in my mind. Yeah, I guess you could if you really do, but I see so many people make mistakes. This is a mental problem. If you get that wrong tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what I could say to you. Other than why, how, where, and when. LMA Schlotty.
I have a question on why that 18 now.
First of all, did you flip and multiply?
Yes.
Good, you shouldn't have. You only flip when it's division, and that's what I see a lot of people do. Step number 1 is you change it to improper, did you? So this became 10/3. Ooh, boy. Oh, look, this big. This became 10/3, right? 3 times 1+1. This became 6/5, right? And you just multiply across from here. There's no flipping unless it's division. Did you?
No.
Wait, did you flip it? Oh, I thought you said you did. I was changing it. Now, Also, at this point, what will I tell you to do, David?
Cross
Cancel.
cancel.
Okay, which means rather than multiplying this out and getting 60 over 15, which you could do if you really, really wanted to do a lot of extra work, you can reduce it before you multiply. In other words, what number goes into 6 and 3? A 3. 3 goes into 3 once, into 6 twice. What number goes into 5 and 10? 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And then there's nothing left to cross cancel. It has to be a top of the bottom. You can't cross out those two 2's. It's 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. Your answer is just 4. You really, really, really got to cross cancel. Where'd you go wrong? All right, then. Well, you still, if you got this, you'd still get the right answer, just below. You'd have to reduce this, and then you'd still get 4 over 1. You don't have to cross cancel, but it's just a super high recommendation in my world. Make your life as easy as possible, Rye. What's your question, sir?
Like you said before, they're dividing by 100, but if you're multiplying by 100, do it right?
Yep. Because multiplying gets you a bigger number. Bigger number. Carter Bocek.
Number 15.
Good. I do like all the questions here. It warms my heart. Uh-oh. Better than wallowing in ignorance. Is it down here? Maybe I just need it. Wait, you said it's on the, oh, it's on the first page of the other column. How about this? Let's just make this smaller so I can actually see what's going on. What number?
15.
That one? Oh, yeah, that's 10. Sorry. Wait, is this the right page? Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, I already did 15. Wait, is this the wrong one? I'm back at 5th grade here. 15? 15. Wait, you have, all right, can I ask, did you do it one step at a time or all as one big thing? Because you can do it either way.
I did it one step at a time.
So do you do 1/2 plus 2/3?
No, I made them in the exact thing.
Which are what?
I made 1/2 6/12, 2/3.
Oh, so you did do it all, or you could do it all?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2/3, 3/4, you changed everything to 12ths.
Yeah.
So you're at 6/12, this is 8/12, and this is 9/12. Right? 4 times 3, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, 2 times 4, 2 times 6. And then adding the tops together, 6 plus 8 is 14, 14 plus 9 is 23 12s. I'm guessing by the awkward silence there that you did something wrong at that point.
Yeah,
Change.
2/3 I put 4 12s.
You need to go on. And then 12 goes into 23 one time with 11 left over the way it works. Aiden?
What was 16?
16 is 10 and 1. 10.
Can you do 16?
Hopefully, they don't pay me the big dollars not to be able to do 16. Where's 16? Oh, that is one giant. Did you write them up and down, Hayden? Did you change the common denominators, Hayden? What was your common denominator? 10. Let's see, I'll change colors just to make it look nice. So this became how many tenths? Times 2 is 6 tenths. Times 5 is 5 tenths. Yeah? 6 tenths and 5 tenths is 11 tenths. 6 and 3 is 9. 11 tenths is bad because it's improper. As a mixed number, 11 tenths is 1 and 1/10. You need to put your 9 and your 1 together so it's, where'd you go wrong? You know? Most mistakes are just silly mistakes.
Yeah, I wrote instead of 6, I wrote.
There you go. Just like that, Liam.
My number is 17. Can you read it down?
Oh, I used to be able to. Oh, is it a borrowing one? 6 and 1/4 minus 3 and 7/8. Please understand, children, because I do see 6th graders and 7th graders do this. You know, Addition doesn't matter, the order, God bless you, but subtraction does. The first number given has to go on top. What is my common denominator? 8. So this times 2, that times 2, this is 8, this is 8. Uh-oh, I cannot subtract 7 from 2, so I have to borrow. And what do I get when I borrow, Liam?
12 8.
See, there is where I write a note to myself. No, that's not how that works.
No.
You don't just put a 1 up there. When you borrow in fractions, you add these two numbers together for your new top number. 8 plus 2 is 10. There should be a 10 up here. This is 10. So then 7 from 10 is 3 8s. And 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 and 3 8s. Other ones? Wow. Ryan, you're not limited to a 2x2 piece of paper. You really could use a giant one.
Yeah, but this isn't much for last.
But
This isn't much for last.
I believe in that philosophy. Other ones? Anybody? Nothing? Hard. All right, there is, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get you a